Are we live?
We are officially live. Okay.
Yay!
There's only a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks.
No. Okay. So let's start off right at the bat. Like, what an awesome pay-per-view that was.
I have to say this was a good pay-per-view, and I think everybody stepped up their game because they knew that because everybody was probably going to be watching this pay-per-view, so everybody stepped up their game. So kudos to Impact Wrestling, all of their
Yeah.
wrestlers.
Yeah. No, I mean, everybody from start to end, from the preliminary match to, the very main event, everybody brought their A game. They were going to show the world because they knew that all eyes were on them, that, Impact's here. You may not be as known as AEW, but they were here to bring it, and they did. So kudos to everybody on that card. You guys did awesome. I hope this just brings more and more to Impact because, I mean, we're at the end of the day, we're all wrestling fans, and we all want them to succeed.
hmm And just so that everybody knows, is that they're kind of like eliminating their stink of TNA.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been around for years. So
Oh yeah,
kudos to them,
I
very
think
much.
19
So.
years. 2002 was their debut year, and you know, it's
Yep. They're about to be 20 years in the business soon. So
yeah. All right. Did you want to go, or did you want me to start? How did you want to do
no,
this? Because this
no, you
is
could
this
go ahead. Yeah, you could go ahead. Yeah.
is this our first time hosting together?
No, we did one before.
Oh
We
yeah,
did.
it was WWE TLC.
Yes. So this
Yes,
is our second time together.
our second time. All right, so we started off the preliminaries with Brian Myers defeats Josh Alexander.
Like I was saying to you, that Brian Myers is doing some good work. So kudos to him. I think Impact is a good fit for him, and I'm really
No,
happy for him that.
100%. Like, I mean, I in WWE, I didn't really remember him that much. It wasn't until he moved to Impact where I actually started watching him. So those two actually both brought their A game. And obviously, we're probably going to be saying that all night because it's true. A game, they brought it. Uh, that was a good match to start it off. That was probably one of the better preliminary matches that I've ever seen. Oh
Yeah,
my.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And then we started off with the actual pay-per-view, which was the mixed tag match, which was Rosemary and Crazy Steve, and they defeat Tanel Dashwood and Caleb with a K.
I like that. I'm happy that Rosemary and Crazy Steve are back together. Decay, they were together like a few years ago with Abyss as a tag team. So I'm happy that they're now back together. I mean, minus Abyss because of course Abyss is working for WWE. So, but
Yeah, I believe. Also, let's give a shout out to Matt Stryker and D'Lo Brown who
yes,
commentated.
oh my God, oh my God, is so much different than having Josh Matthews. I mean, congratulations to him having his promotion, but it's so different.
Yeah, no, I have like I watched Tough Enough with him, so I have a lot of heart and going for him, but I also kind of got tired of them. That's horrible to say. I'm sorry, I did, but I thought that those two guys just killed it. Like having D'Lo Brown on commentary, and like I've only known him from wrestling when he had the chest plate and PMS, and he got or when he with all that situation where he got Terry Reynolds pregnant or something, if I remember. That's what I remember of uh,
Of
that's what
D'Lo,
I
yeah.
remember of D'Lo Brown. And to see
Uh-huh.
him in such a sophisticated light, it was very rewarding for me. And I was like, "Ugh, this is what I've always needed."
Yeah.
Um, so with that being said, that match was also really good. Like it was a
Yeah.
hell of a way to kick off the night.
It was a cute match to show, like, like the men wrestling the men, the women wrestling the women. I mean, Caleb with a K, he's a decent wrestler, you
Yeah,
know.
he was on
I
NWA Power for a while.
I didn't know. Hmm,
Go back and watch like the first 10 episodes. He was pretty good on there.
okay. I've seen like probably like maybe the first four. I'll probably see like we watch it again, NWA again. So
Yeah. He's also dating Chris Stattenlander or something from AEW.
hmm he still gives me gay vibes, but that's a different story.
I think that's kind of what he's going for. Like, not necessarily
Oh,
gay vibes, but he's very into the
effeminate, yeah.
social scene.
Yeah, he's very effeminate type of stuff, like very social girl kind of like, as a male.
Yeah, no, for sure. As Dallas says, wait, how do I share it?
And I see his comment. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I don't know. Apparently, my thing's not working for us to show.
Yes,
Yes.
I do need to watch NWA Power. Yes. There's some good stuff there.
There are some really good matches that show didn't get enough credit. And unfortunately, COVID happened and it didn't get to. I think it'd be probably pretty big if it
I
wasn't. You
think
also
I,
get,
I think it would have been decent if like COVID didn't happen. I think it would have been decent.
yeah. I mean, you also had Melina assigned to them. You had Thunder Rosa. I mean, they had some
Uh,
really powerful women in there.
Yeah. Also, they had like Eddie Kingston. They had Ricky Stark. They had, of course, the champ Nick Aldis.
Hmm.
They had Ken Anderson. Sorry, he's going by Ken Anderson now.
They also had Impact, former champion. Oh my God, I'm spacing his name. I don't know. I'll have to come back to
Okay.
it. But
Yeah, we'll
he
discuss
ended
that
up being
another
the
time.
tag team champion. He kind of looks like Nick
Oh,
Aldis.
Cowboy James Storm.
Oh, no, that's not who I was talking about. But yes, they had James Storm for a little bit. Anyhow, we're getting way off topic.
Yeah.
Uh, our third match, which was an old school rules 6-man tag team match, which was Violent by Design, which featured Eric Young, Diener, and Joe During, which you
Yes.
loved him.
Yeah, I'm liking him. I was just like, where did this guy been? And like when they were like in commentary where he's explaining that he was in Japan for a decade, I was like, okay.
Dallas, you're 100% right. I am thinking of Eli Drake.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and then we also saw cousin Jake, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer. Okay, I don't
hmm
care how old Tommy Dreamer gets. I love seeing him. I love him wrestling. And also a shout out for the Dusty Rhodes pants. Good job.
Yes. Yes. And
Also,
Tommy, please stop targeting your balls. I know that you already had your kids, but still, come on.
yeah, we just talked about that. Um, I mean, Jake, cousin Jake, as he's called, he's also known as Jake something in Indies. He took this major shot that I don't think anybody really noticed. From the top turnbuckle, he ended up taking two chair shots directly down, and they didn't break. I was like, oh, check on him. Somebody check on him.
Yeah, no, like a lot of the stuff that they were doing is crazy.
Yeah. But kudos to them. Like we said, they brought it for sure.
They did, yeah. But of course, the winners were Eric Young, Doring, and what was the other guy's name? I always keep forgetting his name.
Eric Young, Cody Diener, and Joe Durden.
Cody Dean. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, he's actually like removing the stink that he had when he was in Impact, well, TNA about 10 years ago, because he was ODB's husband, I think. I
Oh,
don't remember.
is that in real
Yeah.
life or was that just a story?
No, that was like a storyline. So because like, she's like trailer trash and like he portrays that in the sense. So
Yeah.
um he was not really a wrestler, so I'm happy to see that he's wrestling. I don't know why he didn't wrestle maybe 10 years ago. I
Maybe
know
he's
there was some
injured. Who knows?
maybe but he was wrestling more with the women. He wrestled ODB once. And I don't think I don't remember. But happy for him to come back.
Yeah. And Dallas is not lying by that comment.
hmm
It's true. It's true. Next we had, oh my God, I could not wait to talk about this live with you. So we have new women's tag team champions, right?
Knockout tag team
Knockouts.
champions.
Oh, right. Sorry, my bad. They call it knockout. Knockout tag team champions.
Yes.
We had Fire and Flavor, which was Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steeles, defeats Havoc and Nevaeh.
Yes.
That
Which that
match
was a
was a
good match.
banger.
Yes. It was. I was happy. It could have gone either way. Either team would have won. I would have been happy either way, you know. But of course, the first ever female team, black team to win the championship. So, I think a lot of people would be happy about that.
I did not know that. That is awesome. Also, a huge shout out to Madison Rain and Gail Kim, who made a special appearance to pass over the Knockout Championship, which I think is
Yes.
amazing. Um,
And shout out to Madison Rain for an incredible career. I saw most of it in Impact TNA. She's now going to be a mother. She's going to be at home with her children or child. I don't know if she
oh, is
has
she
more than
pregnant?
one. No, 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 no. I think she has only one child. I don't know. Or I don't know if she had another one. I mean, it wasn't reported, but, you know, it's none of our business, you know.
Yeah.
But now she says she's going to be a wife and mother. So kudos to her. Thank you very much for the memories that you have done in wrestling.
Yeah. And, I don't know Madison Rain as much because that was the time that I had stopped watching wrestling. But I knew Gail Kim when she first came into the Indies back in, I believe, I don't even remember, but it was Canada. Her first match or something was La Felina or something when she was under a mask with Tracy Brooks. Like, I remember reading that in a magazine. So it's so good to see her kind of back. I think she still has it, but I think she's also pretty okay not taking those massive bumps that she's used to all those years.
No, no, it's been like what? Like she did it for 2 decades now. So
Yeah.
she's already made her legacy in Impact slash DNA. So she doesn't have to prove anything. You know, but yeah, for the tag team match, it's just it was incredible. Happy that there's now tag team titles for the women in for the knockouts division. So hopefully they bring in more teams or create more teams. They
Yeah.
do have now an established team, so we'll see if they're gonna continue on with them or they're gonna have Havoc and Nevaeh continue on facing, Fire and Flavor.
I think that
I
this
like,
should be a good feud. Like, I think they should definitely have that. Like, Havoc and Nevaeh also equally deserve that belt, those belts. Like, they've been around for both over a decade, so they deserve pretty much anything that they want.
yeah, I've never seen Nevaeh before, so this is my first like watching some of her matches. So I'm very impressed with her. So,
Yeah.
I want to see more of her stuff.
And then our next match, match number 5 of the night, we got a super big surprise that I
Oh yeah,
didn't see coming.
me
So
neither. Well, I was expecting a surprise, but I wasn't expecting him. So
I honestly didn't expect but I am so happy to see Matt Cardona back in wrestling. I don't know if he'll stay, if he'll uh, be there. Do you think Ted is all elite?
mm, well, we'll answer that when we get to their matches. So
Yeah.
we'll consider that a little bit later. But on to the surprise, which is Matt Cardona. I'm thinking he's not signed. I'm thinking because he was under contract for WWE for over
Hmm.
a decade and a half. So you were under contract and you weren't really used for nothing. So I'm thinking like now he'll just do like special appearances or like one match every now and then in a pay-per-view. You know?
I'm not sure. It definitely felt like he was setting up for a feud with maybe not Austin Aries or oh, wrong one. Ace Austin, but maybe Madman Fullerton because he hasn't really had that many matches. So maybe they're trying to go ahead and push Madman because I would love to see them bang it out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll find out what they want to do. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe he'll let us know if he signed or not, or it's just like a per appearance or something.
Yeah, I feel like it'd probably be per appearance rather than if he's going to sign. I don't know if he wants to sign. I don't know what his goals are, but I was just happy to see him back, and he didn't skip a beat as far as I'm concerned, at least in that appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
we had the triple threat for the Impact X Division Championship. We had Manic, aka TJP, retained against Chris Bebe. And I can never pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. Um, do you know how to pronounce
Raja, Raja, Raju or something like that. I think it's Raju.
Raju, right.
Yeah.
Um, that was actually really probably the slowest match for me. It was really high, it was really fast paced, but I had the least amount of interest in it for whatever reason.
Yeah, and so weird that they couldn't give him a double mask, but I digress. But Impact, give Chris Bay the title. Stop being
Yeah.
cowards. Come on. Come on. Chris Bay deserves it.
Also, I feel like that title doesn't mean as much because people aren't holding on to it. It's almost the equivalent. It seems like it's getting to the equivalent to the 24-hour championship match where it changes hands so often.
Yeah. Okay, well maybe they'll keep it for Maverick and maybe for a few more months and then maybe Chris Bay will probably challenge for it one on one, hopefully. And then from there they can give it to him. So
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling, please give Chris Bay the belt.
Yeah. Like I'm
Okay.
totally for that statement. I think Chris Bay
Yes.
definitely deserves it. Next, we ended up having the Impact Knockout Championship, which I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But we had Diana versus Taya Valkyrie. That was a really good match.
Yes. So back to Dallas's question because what happens is just that Kyle Valkyrie's contract expires. So that was technically her last match in Impact, but you never know. Maybe she resigned, or maybe she'll join her husband in WWE. You know, maybe she wants to go to WWE. I mean,
I think she could definitely help improve the women's division in WWE, but I don't know if they would know how to use her. And she doesn't necessarily have the look that they would want, right?
yeah,
Like WWE still uses very, how do I say it? They have very particular body types. Now, granted, they're not just female models anymore that's in the ring, right? But
no,
they're all still extremely either thin fit or like super like Hulk fit, which is great. But they usually don't have somebody, with the exception of Naya, who's kind of thicker, right?
definitely.
Unless, right. So I don't necessarily know. I feel like WWE is a little stingy and would be like, no, we met our quota. Or,
Maybe, you
yeah,
know. I mean, I'm just saying, like she could have an option if she wants to. I mean, if she likes Impact, I mean, she could still stay and resign. I mean, like it's her choice of what she wants to do. I mean, like she had an incredible match with Diana. You know,
yeah.
that was a really good match. I have to say.
Yeah, it is a great way to have her exit if that's what she chose to do. Now, to go back to Dallas's point, now that I know that she left, could I see her going to AEW? Absolutely, I
Hmm.
do.
Yes.
Do I?
I mean,
Like,
yeah. I mean, if she wants to, she could. I mean, like she knows some people. I mean, like it's all depending on like it. Look, it's her decision. Whatever she wants to do.
yeah.
So like she has an the ball is in her court. You know. Now, if she, like I said, if she wants to join her husband and she ever wants to go to WWE, she could. I don't know if they want to use Taya Valkyrie. I mean, she could use Taya Morrison because she is married to John in real life. So she could get the last name of Morrison added to her name.
Hmm. I think she definitely has the it factor. She's a
Yeah,
star. So I definitely, I mean, if I would be able to choose who I'd want, where I'd want her to end up, I would love to see her in WWE. I would.
yeah, me too. There's a lot of people that she could wrestle in WWE, So, I mean, it's look, the ball is in her court, but let me get back to the match. I have to say, Diana Perrazzo. WWE made a big mistake of sidelighting her because that woman could work. Like she's becoming a great champion. Like I get for the fact because they have so many women in NXT, but they should have done like, something with her because she was incredible. I don't know what it is about her that they didn't like.
I kind of disagree with you on that because I don't know because from the matches that I've heard, I've actually I haven't seen her in WWE, but if it's one thing that I heard, Dallas, real quick, they probably won't use Valkyrie because they already have somebody named Valkyrie in UK, WWE. I do think that I think she put in the extra work after she left WWE and worked double hard to become the best champion in Impact right now. I don't know that for a fact. That's just the feeling that I get. I could be talking completely out of my ass, which I do, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So I don't know. I think that Impact right now fits her best because I think even if she was able to do everything she did in WWE, I'm still not positive that it would have been able to outshine everybody else in NXT because NXT, I mean, regardless of what we say, is still probably the best women's division, right? But she's a star in Impact, and I think she's exactly where she needs to be. And that outfit, she was killing it tonight. It was killing it.
Yeah. Well, look, and she's young. She's in her mid 20s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a long way to go. So maybe in 5 years, maybe she'll go to WWE and then they'll know how to use her because now she established herself. So, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Then we had my favorite cinematic match of all time. The Karate Man defeats Ethan Page.
This was like if you ever took acid for the first time and it went like really quickly. I was like watching this. I'm like, what is this?
I think that they didn't have it. How else can you kill off a gimmick?
Uh, well, okay, so the reports are saying that Ethan Page did not sign a new contract, so he's also a free agent. So I don't know if he this is his way of writing himself off, or
It very well could be because he's known as the Karate Man outside of Impact Wrestling.
oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Also in the indies, he's known as the Karate Man. Okay,
right. So I don't
okay,
know if
so
that was him leaving. I don't
or
know.
leaving his character that he created in Impact because I mean, he can show up in AEW with that karate gimmick. I mean,
Yeah, I don't. How do I say this? Um, I think for me, I think what I see is that he would be best served to stay in Impact.
yeah, I, I I could see that. It's just I don't know where else you could see him go. You know,
I
I
don't
just
see him in WWE and AEW. I don't. I feel like I don't see him above going past dark. Sorry.
no, no, it's okay. I mean, it's all depending on if the North, decide to go together because, of course, FTR wants to face them, so that's the question.
It's possible.
He tweeted about it. What do you mean? What
So
did he
Ethan
tweet?
Page, yeah, it's gonna go. Ethan Page also hated the idea of that match.
Wow. I did. Okay, but you were part of the match. I don't know.
Um,
I don't. Sometimes it's just it's
I
pretty
don't think that
much.
the karate gimmick would work for either company. I think Dallas is right on that.
Yeah. Maybe MLW? I
Oh,
never
I could
thought about
definitely
that.
see him there or Ring of Honor. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I
Well,
definitely.
not Ring of Honor because I don't see like a karate guy gimmick like that. Maybe like Ethan Page, yeah, but I don't.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
yeah,
definitely a talented guy. we'll see what happens. Next, we had one of the most horrific matches I think I've ever
Okay.
seen.
So what I was saying to you in the chat, okay, so we're talking about Eddie Edwards versus Sammy Callahan. So
Mhm.
when I first saw the presentation of it, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna hate it because they're gonna play softball with it. But as the match was going, I was like, oh, they were really, it was really brutal. I was like hurting. I was like, oh my God. Because
Yeah.
I, I just want you to see because I remember watching Abyss versus Sabu. That was the first time I ever saw something from TNA. And they had actual barbed wire, the ring ropes as barbed wire. So as they were like throwing themselves to the barbed wire, they were getting caught, their skin was ripping and they were bleeding and stuff. It was very barbaric and stuff. It was their first ever TVMA they've ever gotten.
Hmm.
So I was expecting that for them too, because like I was like barbed wire massacre. I was like thinking of that, and then of course Abyss versus Judas Messias. That's something else. If any of you got Impact Plus, you can watch it. It's on there. Very brutal matches, I have to say, because they go by like the original like rules of Japan. So like where they actually use actual barbed wires and like actual like other stuff as weapons. It was really crazy.
So brutal. And then, I mean, what did you think of the actual match? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was like it was slow. It was like at first it was like they were messing up on some things, and then things were picking up. Things were picking up after he was thrown into the table with the barbed wire. So then that's when things were picking up, and I was like, oh, now this is a good match.
Yeah.
So
I think my favorite, like this outside of this match, but it has to do with Eddie Edwards. I think my favorite uh, finisher probably is the backpack stunner. It's such a unique, it's so unique, but I still love it.
yeah, exactly.
And then on to our main event. I didn't realize that we had 10 matches tonight.
Was it 10 matches?
Hmm.
Oh,
It went by really quick because sometimes when it goes super long, it's not. But I will say, just Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers defeat Rich Swan, Chris Sabin, and Moose. What a match!
yeah. And a lot of people I saw like on Twitter questioning this match. It was just like, why is this match the main event? I'm like, because Kenny Omega's on it, because
Hmm.
it has the world champions. So some of you that say like the world champions should be in the main event, it's there. So I have to say everybody brought their A game in this one. It was a
Yeah,
really
and honestly, like, no, there's no reason why it shouldn't have been the main event. It had nothing but main event players in it.
pretty much
What I would have liked to have seen though is not our or not Impact champion get pinned. It should have probably went to somebody else, but that's neither here nor there.
well, they're setting up because remember the story is if anybody of you watch AEW, like he's the cleaner, so he's technically not going to get pinned or submitted. So expect a long, however long they want to do this. Where I said, I love how good. What was he saying? Hold on.
No, I
I love,
meant to push this one. He said, "I miss the Sweeper Girls." No.
yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. Like he had new music. He didn't have like his original music from AEW. I was like, that was interesting. So yeah, so again, like for the story for Kenny Omega and AEW, he's like the cleaner, so technically he's gonna probably get all the belts and stuff.
That comment's for you.
You remember when I questioned his main event status before Orlando? He won me over. Oh, see, told you. And look at that. Rich Swann was planning to retire after he got fired from WWE.
Hmm.
Thank goodness that he was working for Impact. Look how amazing he's doing.
Yeah.
So you never know. Like I think like if there is other places, a lot of people could thrive.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important for wrestling for all companies to provide. It's important that we have Impact. It's important that we have AEW, and yes, it's even important that we have WWE. Everybody has a place, and stars that don't necessarily make it or I don't even want to say make it, but used the same way can be a star in another one. It only helps the business. That's why I'm
Exactly.
so. That's why I hate when people are like, "Oh, all AEW is WWE form old wrestlers that couldn't make it there." No, they just were used differently, and they're given another opportunity to bring it
Exactly.
up. Like, ugh, that
Exactly.
frustrates me so much.
Well, it's because here's the thing. It's because how this all started was because how TNA started. TNA started because they were using guys from WWE so that they can make their names for themselves. But there was established stars there, like AJ, like stars were making their names for themselves, like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, that a lot of people didn't really know. And then, the company was growing. So that's how it works. It's just like when a younger talent makes you want you to see them, that's when a business starts to grow. And of course, you will have your actual veterans, your actual main eventers. Like look at Impact. They have veterans like Tommy Dreamer and Rhino on the show, you
Hmm.
know? So yeah,
Yeah,
so
and also you got to realize that sometimes wrestlers want to be outside of what they have been in. They want to experience new things. I mean, I love what I do to a certain extent. Um, so I love what I do, but it doesn't necessarily mean I want to do it for the company that I work for the rest of my life. And,
exactly.
right. So I mean, I think we gotta be more open to allowing people to be in there. He wants Sarah Vick. Who wants Sarah Vick?
We
Everybody
want
loves Sarah.
Sarah Vick. Oh, he's saying we want Sarah Vick. He's saying the
Oh,
crowd.
that's true. Sarah is amazing, and hopefully she'll be back soon. But she's sleeping. She's
Yes.
working incredible hours. Uh,
Yes.
yes. Sorry, I don't
Yes.
know how I said my my. Okay. Anyhow,
Anyways,
so yeah, that
yeah.
was a great show. What did you think?
I tell you, it was a really good show. Kudos to Impact to really put an amazing show together. Let's hope that they do that more often. I think because of the rub with AEW is helping them. So here's to the future of Impact. Another 20 years, maybe.
Yep. Hopefully. How would you rate it? 1 out of
I
10.
would give I would give it an 8.5. It was a really good. I enjoyed it. Like it was from top to bottom, everything ran smoothly. Like how you said, it was like 10 matches, and it was like done in 2.5 hours, at least 3 hours.
Yeah. For those of you who are watching, drop me a quick number on what you thought it was. For me, I really, really enjoyed this pay per view, and it's almost because I think that right before it happened, we weren't even sure if we were going to watch it. Like literally.
Yeah.
So my expectations went from literally I'm gonna watch something else on. I know that Independent Wrestling TV Live had a show tonight. So that's what I was gonna watch. So then I was like, okay, we just decided to watch this one. Ended up being awesome for me because I don't know if it's that I had such low expectations or that they just brought their A game and it was badass. No, I'm gonna say because the last one we all watched was Bound by Glory, right? And
Bound for Glory. Yeah.
I had little expectations on that one, but it was definitely so. Even with that, it was a million times better than the last one. So I'm gonna have to give it a solid 8. It was an awesome pay per view.
hmm
Wow, Dallas,
And
that I did not expect from you.
yeah, he does enjoy other stuff.
I'll take back what I said. No, um,
No, we love you, Dallas. Don't worry. You're our number one fan.
you're our only one. No, so yeah. All right, guys. Anything in closing that you'd want to say about Hard to Kill tonight?
Just keep your A game going. Like I have a feeling that Moose has a future as a champ. Joe Doring, like wherever they found him, they need to really use him.
In
You know,
Japan.
I know. I'm just like now I need to like watch more New Japan and stuff. Hopefully, maybe other like Japanese like wrestling companies just to see other people. So.
New Japan is such an amazing show. We should have done a live react to Wrestle Kingdom, or at least something about it.
Yeah,
But
no, I have to say, yeah, like that, uh, the night two main event, that was a really good match. I
yeah.
was like, wow, you know,
All right,
yes,
guys. This we're gonna wrap it up. We went a little bit over. Thank you for joining us for Hard to Kill from Impact Wrestling, the after show. And
yes.
hopefully they'll keep up their momentum because they could definitely use it. And I hope everybody keeps up their A game because this is only good for business for everybody and fans.
Support pro wrestling, all of it.
Yes.
The good, the bad, yes, all of it.
And AEW Dark. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Dallas. I just wanted to get your goat on that one. Um, okay, make sure you check us out at bucklebondentertainment.com and all of your podcast needs. We are on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere that you can find us, and also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel,
Yes,
Bucklebond
please.
Entertainment.
Give us a
And
comment, give us a like, subscribe, please, on YouTube. Rewatch our
yes,
show.
yes. And also give us a like on Facebook where you can find all of our stuff. And that's pretty much it. You can find Orlando where?
You can find me at Twitter at Orly1985. That's ORLLIE 1985. Go ahead and give me a follow.
And you can find me on Twitter at Brian Bella, BBE. All right, guys, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I got to end it here.
Little blooper.